Hey guys, I'm out here getting ready for the car show that we're going to host this weekend, and I saw a video last night that, well, I want your take on it. Hang on right through the intro, and I'll explain.
I'd say he's a nut job.
All right, so there's a racetrack in Texas, and they have just implemented a new policy. Now, instead of me telling you about the policy, I'm going to insert his video. Now, this was done on a Facebook Live. I believe it was a Facebook Live. I know it was Facebook. And I don't want to be accused of quoting him or leaving anything out. So I figure the easiest way to do it is put his video in. Now, the video itself is just looking down the track as he talks. It's not real long, maybe 5 minutes or so, I don't know. But listen to what he says. I've never heard a racetrack doing this before. Never even thought about a racetrack trying to do something like this before. And I want your opinion of this. And I'll kind of give you my thoughts after we watch the video. But I want you to watch the video and see what the guy says, because I don't want to misquote him. I don't want to take anything out of context. I don't want to be accused of leaving anything out of what he said or nothing. I want his words, his own words, to come to you, and you tell me what you think.
Racers and race fans, it's a beautiful sunny day right here, Labor Day weekend on a Sunday. We have a new rule going into effect immediately. So next Saturday night, it applies to all the racers. If you leak fluids here on the start line, anywhere, just a few little drops here and there, those kinds of things, there's a fine of $50. Okay, so that means if your vehicle is leaking, there will be a fine of $50 on that vehicle and the driver. Okay, so you need to make sure the vehicle is not leaking. Need to make sure the vehicle is not leaking. Past the finish line, or the start line, not the finish line, if there's more leaks, that's $50. We're talking about little leaks, little drops here and there. We ain't talking about a whole lot. Now, if we're talking about a whole lot, well, that'd be the transmission blows up, the motor blows up, that's a $100 fine. They make diapers for all these things to minimize fluids on the track. Alright, so that's initial $100 for it blowing up and keep going. For every 100 feet after that, that's another $100. So if it blows up and you go 300 feet, that's $300. Okay? So driving the vehicle, if there are issues, you need to pull over immediately. That's already been out there and known to racers for years. But they keep going. Causes a downtime, clean up, all those things. And those costs are far more than what the fine is. So $50 here, starting line, after the starting line, another $50. Blows up and there's a lot of fluid, $100, and $100 for every 100 feet after that. Okay, so share with everybody. Some people are like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing that. Every track should do that. Every track. Because the cars need to be fluid free, leak free. They need to have diapers. Now, we're not requiring diapers, none of that kind of stuff. Every car should have it. But again, whether it has the diaper or not, it blows up and there's fluid on the track. $100 initially, $100 for every feet, 100 feet after that. Okay? So let me correct myself, because that didn't add up to start with when I said that. So I know some people may try to call me out on it. So again, $100 initially, $100 for every 100 feet after that. So you blow up, you go 101 feet, that's $200. Okay? You go 201 feet, that's $300. You go 301 feet, that's $400. Okay? So we shouldn't have to do this. No track should have to do this, but all tracks should do this. Because the racer, you're operating the vehicle, you know the vehicle, you're in control of the vehicle as much as possible. There are things that are just unfortunately outside your control, and things just do happen. However, we can do as much as we can to minimize things. This is a high risk sport, always has been, always will be. So if you can take the precautions as much as possible to minimize those things, your fellow racers will greatly appreciate that. You would appreciate that as well. So let everybody know. Get some new rules in effect. And some people are like, well, Cedar Creek never had rules. We do. We always have. So that's debunked, I guess, if you will. But $50 here on the starting line, $100 afterwards, those kinds of things. Blows, it depends on the fluid. That's where it really depends on the fluid. So you blow up here, you got fluid everywhere, that's $100. Yeah, you probably aren't gonna go too far, so that's why the initial is $100. But all your vehicles should have diapers. They do have diapers for transmissions as well. That's a lot of stuff. Okay, now we're not making you put the diapers on. We definitely aren't. But we are going to start fining and requiring that payment to go down the track if you do blow up and have those issues, and we got to clean it up. We have no problem cleaning it up. That's fine. That's just what we do. However, this is to hopefully get you to checking the vehicles way more often, like every pass before you come out, making sure all your seals are good, replace seals that are leaking, that cause it to leak, make sure all those repairs are completed and maintained continuously. You got to do that on any kind of vehicle. So if a seal's messed up and you know about it, you see it leaking, you see it in your garage, you see it on your trailer, you need to go ahead and replace that seal and make that repair. Because when you come out here, there are going to be fines. We are going to fine. So I know there's going to be a fair amount of pushback, but that's part of any kind of new implementation of rules. And we didn't want to do it. We don't want to do it. But people don't stop when things are wrong with their vehicle. People don't change and do maintenance on their vehicle. So that's the reason for these new fines for fluids and things on the track. Okay. Any questions, reach out and let us know. But that's the update. We'll be here next Saturday. Gates open at 6:30. Y'all have a great rest of your Labor Day weekend. If y'all are here at the lake, it's a little warm. It's not too warm. It actually feels pretty good right now. But y'all take care out there on the lake, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
All right, so now you've seen his video. You've heard exactly what he's got to say. I'm not even going to talk about the drips and stuff that he's talking about, the oil leaks, water leaks, whatever. I'm just going to skim over all that. There's 1,000 ways to take that information. There's 1,000 ways to look at that information. I want to focus on when he talks about an engine blowing. If you've ever raced at all, any amount of time, you know engines expire. If you're one of the lucky guys, you catch them before they actually grenade. You catch them when they're doing something funny, they don't sound right, they're making a noise, whatever, you catch them then. But sometimes it happens. Engines blow up. Sometimes they blow up in the water box during the burnout, and sometimes they blow up going down the track. Yes, engine diapers can help. But engine diapers do not stop every single drop of fluid. It all depends on how an engine blows. Now, if you're not familiar with an engine diaper, if you're not a racer, think about a kid's diaper. If you've ever seen a kid's diaper, it's basically the same idea. It just goes around the bottom of the engine, around the oil pan area, and with the theory that if an engine blows and something comes out of it, that diaper catches it all. But also, if you're a parent, even a kid's diaper doesn't always catch it all. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there's a mess. I'm just saying it happens. But it also depends on how an engine blows. You can have a diaper on your engine. He was talking about transmission diapers. You can have a transmission diaper, an engine diaper. You can have all this stuff on your engine. I've seen stuff come out of a header. Grenade a motor and pieces come out the header. You can grenade a motor in a certain way, and you see that smoke coming out. There's oil coming out of that. And yes, you do everything you can to get off that racing surface as quick as possible. But if you're going down a track at, I don't know, let's pick a speed that anybody can go. Let's say 80 miles an hour. If you're going down this track at 80 miles an hour and your engine grenades, yes, you're going to get over. But it's not going to grenade here and you're over by here. It takes a minute to get over there. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be a spot on the track. And you mean to tell me that he's going to walk over while you're sitting there with some people, in some cases, their entire savings invested in this thing, and you can walk up and go, "Hey, you owe me a fine now." No, Hoss, I want to be there when that happens. I'm just saying that is not only is that not good business, in my opinion. Let's just say I don't believe that's good business. I don't believe that's healthy for the lifespan of that racetrack. I'm not going to mention the racetrack. You can do some research and figure it out yourself. I'll just say it's in Texas. I'm in South Carolina, and y'all know I've raced all over the country. I have not actually raced, that I can remember, I have not actually raced a track in Texas. That's not going to be one of them I'll ever hit. Not because I don't take care of my stuff, and when I show up, there is no leaks. You don't know when a motor is going to grenade. It happens. It's happened to everybody that's ever raced. I don't see this as a good business practice. Maybe I'm misinterpreting what he said. What I would like to know is your opinion on the subject. Am I misinterpreting? Am I not understanding something here? Is he saying it in such a way that I'm not processing it correctly? Because what I heard is, if you drip on a track, $50 fine, depending on what kind of fluids. He went through this whole thing, and I can understand if you show up and that thing's dripping on a trailer and you still pull it down there on a track. I understand that's your fault. But I've also seen weird things happen. But when he comes out and talks about an engine blowing up, it's $100 fine. And then every 100 feet you go, we're going to add $100. If you go 101 feet, now you owe us $200. Maybe I'm overreacting. You guys can let me know. Maybe I'm completely misunderstanding the guy. Maybe this guy is an absolute saint and he's implementing a new track policy that everybody should follow. I don't think so. I think this is the silliest, dumbest thing I've ever heard, but I'd like to know your opinion on it. You tell me what you think of this new track policy. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Now, here's something I will say. I want to make very clear. I'm not trying to run their track or their business. That is their business. Now, this guy's talking. I don't know if he owns the track. I don't know if he's the track manager. I don't know who he is. But this is their business. And if they want to make this business decision, that is entirely up to them. And I'm not here to run their track for them. What I will say is, you guys will let them know if this is a good or bad decision based off the fact of whether you still show up at that track or not. They will understand if this is something that people are going to go along with or people are going to fight back against. And hopefully they will manage their track accordingly to how the racers perceive it and how the racers support it. That's all I'm saying. A couple of quick things. One, we are having a car show this weekend, September the 7th, 2024. It's at Harley-Davidson Greenville. It's on Chrome Drive in Greenville. I think there's only 2 businesses on Chrome Drive, so if you put in Chrome Drive, you'll see it. If you drive down the interstate, you will see the parking lot. It's right on the side of the interstate. Hopefully y'all come out and support it. We are doing a 50-50 raffle out there with our half, that 50% that we get is going to Mission 22 to support a veterans organization that helps with PTSD. Now, hopefully you guys will show the channel some love, watch some videos, like, subscribe, comment, and do all those things. We were down sick for a while, and we didn't make but like 1 video last month, except right at the very end. And our, YouTube kind of sweeps you out the door when you don't do that. So hopefully you guys will share these videos and help us get back in the good graces of YouTube. Until then, I hope the Lord bless you more today than He blessed you yesterday. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for those who subscribe, watch, and share and comment. You guys are rock stars. Also, at the car show this weekend, we are going to have a few shirts out there if you want some shirts. And I will bring some Frizzell Racing posters that we had made up, and I'll discount these at the car show just because I don't have to ship them. So y'all want some merch? At the car show, we will have some merch out there for you. God bless y'all. We'll see you on the next one.
I'd say it's a nut job.